Hello everyone, welcome to day 16th of December LeetCode Challenge. And first of all, I would like to congratulate you that we have successfully completed the first 15 days of December LeetCode Challenge. And I hope in the next 15 days, we are also able to complete all the questions so that at the end of December 2021, we get another batch. Now let's quickly talk about today's question. Today's question is minimum height trees. In this question, we are given a tree in a form of a graph. We need to identify those nodes in this graph that must be treated as the root of the tree so that the overall height of the tree is reduced to minimum. We need to identify all those contenders in the graph that must be treated as a root so that the overall height is reduced to minimum height trees. Let's take a very simple example. Here the value of n is that is given to us as 4. That means in total we'll have 4 nodes starting from 0 up till 3. Also we are given that there is an edge that exists between 1 and 0, 1 and 2 and 1 and 3. As you can see, there are 4 possibilities in which a tree can be generated. If we take 0 as a root, the overall height of the tree becomes equal to 2. If we take 1 as a root, the overall height of the tree becomes equal to 1. If we take 2 as a root, the overall height of the tree becomes equal to 2. If we take 3 as a root, the overall height becomes equal to 2. Where we can see we have achieved the minimum height, it is at 1. Therefore, 1 becomes the answer. We need to identify all those nodes in the graph that exist that leads to minimum height. And without much ado, let's talk about the algorithm by the presentation that I have created for this. So let's quickly move on to the PPT. Minimum height tree, LeetCode 310. It's a medium level question on LeetCode, and I also feel the same. Even before dive into the core algorithm, I want to ask you a few questions. Let's hypothetically assume that there exists a simple graph wherein there are only 3 nodes, and this is how the 3 nodes are connected. So we have 1 here, we have 2 here, we have 3 here. If I ask you which node will you make it as a root, the answer would be very simple and straightforward. You'll definitely want to make 2 as a root, because all those nodes that lie towards the center of the graph are the contenders for making the root. If we take those nodes that lie at the outer circumference of the graph, which is this, then it's definitely gonna increase the height of the entire system. Let's take another example, and let's take the case where we have even number of nodes. So let's assume we have a very simple graph wherein there are only 4 nodes, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So let's hypothetically assume that for a second we are making either 2 as the root of the tree. So if I make 2 as the root of the tree, the structure would be something like this. We have 1 connected with 2, we have 2 connected with 3, and we have 3 connected with 4. So the height of the system becomes equal to 2. Let's again take a case where we are taking 3 as a root. So we have 3 here, we have 4 here, we have 2 here, we have 1 here. And again the height of the system becomes equal to 2. So for those cases where we have even number of nodes, there is a possibility that more than one root exists that will lead to the minimum height tree. And for this case, the answer becomes equal to 2, 3. Both the contenders are valid and both of them will lead to the minimum height trees. By virtue of the second example, we observe that there can be more than one single answer that can lead to minimum height trees, as in this particular case where we saw even number of nodes. However, if there is a case where we have a connection in between 3 and 2, something like this, 2, 3 and 5, then in that case we'll only make 5 as a root of the tree. In case we make 2 or 3 as a root of the tree, the answer will be incorrect. So what have we learned out of this complete hypothesis? We learned that the answer will always lie towards the center of gravity of the entire graph. Whatever node is lying towards the core center of the complete graph gives us a possibility for the answer. And there could be 2 cases where we have a single node as the answer, or there could be a case where we have 2 nodes as the answer. There could not be a case where we have more than 2 nodes as the final answer. So the number of nodes in our final answer will be up till 2. Now let's extend this approach to actually apply on a graph, and let's devise the answer from it. Let's hypothetically assume that this is a graph that is given to us and we need to identify those nodes that will lead to minimum height. So as a first step, what do? I go and mark the degree of the entire nodes in the present in the graph. So what is the degree of 1? The degree of 1 is 1. The degree of 2, how many connections can you see, is 2. The degree of 3, 1, 2, 3. Degree of 4 is again 3. Degree of 5 is again 3. Degree of 7 is 1. Degree of 6 is 1. Degree of 9 is 1. Degree of 8 is again 1. And what I'll do, I'll add all those nodes into my queue. I'll where the degree is 1, and I'll be following the BFS traversal approach for this. So where do I see the degree as 1? 1 at 1 I see, at 7 I see, at 6 I see, at 9 I see, at 8 I see. So I'll add all those nodes into my queue, and let's extract each one of them one by one. So one get extracted from the queue, and what do? I go to its connection, immediate connection from 1, and I see 2. I'll go and reduce the degree of 2 to 1, and I'll delete this node. So this node is gone forever. Also, there is an update. The degree of 2 has been updated to 1. So again, I'll add this node into my queue. So 2 gets added. Let's proceed ahead. Next we see 7. So 7 gets deleted. The degree of 5 gets reduced to 2. Let's proceed ahead. Next we see 6. 6 gets deleted and the degree of 5 gets reduced to 1. 5 also gets pushed into the queue by virtue of degree getting set to 1. So 6 is gone. Next I see is 9. Next I see is 8. So 8 gets pulled out and the degree of 3 gets reduced to 2. Next I see is 9. 9 gets pulled out and the degree of 4 gets reduced to 2. Let's continue the process. Next I see is 5. Next I see is 2. So I'll go to 2 and I'll see what all connections does exist. So at 2 I have a connection with 3. So 2 gets deleted and the degree of 3 gets reduced to 1. So 3 also gets added to the queue. And next I see is 5. So 5 gets pulled out and the degree of 5 is 1. It gets deleted and it has a connection with 4. The degree of 4 gets reduced to 1 and 4 gets added into the queue. Also, we need to analyze the condition. The overall nodes that exist in the entire graph has been reduced to 2, and that becomes the answer. Whenever, while iterating through the BFS traversal, out of all those nodes that have been deleted, as soon as the overall total number of nodes get reduced to 2, equal to or less than 2, we stop this process. And in the end, whatever nodes does exist in the queue becomes the answer. And this is what we are going to do in the coding section as well. So here I have defined my list of integers that will store the answer. If n is less than equal to 0, I simply return a new array list. If n is equal to 1, I add that node into the queue and return the result. Otherwise, I go and create the graph. I have taken an array for storing the degree for each node that exists in the graph. So this is a simple iteration where I am iterating over all the edges, updating the degrees and adding those edges in the form of an adjacency matrix. I hope you are clear with this approach. We always do the same thing while building the graph. Next, I go ahead and build the queue and I start the iteration starting from the 0th node up till n. Wherever I see that the degree happens to be 1, I add those nodes into the queue. Now let's proceed ahead. I have taken a variable count and I have initialized to 0. Till the time my count happens to be greater than 2, I extract the size of the queue that is currently held. I reduce the total number of nodes by the size variable with each level iteration in the queue. And this is a typical way of writing the BFS traversal. While size minus minus is greater than 0, I pull out the elements from the queue. And why I have named this queue as leaves? Because every time I'll pull out elements, those are going to be the leaf nodes of the entire graph. I go to the connections of that leaf node and I reduce the in degree for that connection. I also remove that leaf node from the map as well. If my degree at the connection happens to be equal to 1, I simply again add that node into the queue or my leaf set. In the end, when the breaking condition is met that the count has become less than or equal to 2, I abort the process and return whatever values are held at my leaf nodes for that particular state. So let's try this up. Also, I think this is not necessary. We can live without this removal. It's an optional thing, which is the case. So removing from the graph is not a mandate. It's good to have, but it's not necessary. What we are playing around is on the degrees. This brings me to the end of today's session. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for viewing it. Have a great day ahead and stay tuned for more updates from Coding Decoded. I'll see you tomorrow with another fresh question. But till then, goodbye.